The lights in Tampa dimmed just enough to make the entire stadium hold its breath. It was one of those nights. Not just a concert, not just another stop on a global tour, but a night where something in the air felt different, electric, fragile. Like the universe itself was leaning closer, waiting for something to happen. ARMY could feel it. From the moment BTS stepped onto the stage, the energy surged like a tidal wave, cheers crashing against the walls of the stadium, light sticks glowing like constellations brought down to earth. 7 silhouettes stood under the spotlight, but somehow everyone's eyes kept drifting back to 2, Park Jimin and Jeon Jungkook. Jikook. It wasn't anything new. Fans had watched them for years, watched the way their laughter overlapped, how their gazes lingered a second too long, how silence between them somehow spoke louder than words. But tonight felt like a story waiting to be written. The music pulsed through the stage, bass vibrating through the floor as Jungkook launched into a powerful verse, his voice steady, confident, effortless. He moved like he owned the stage, like every spotlight had been waiting for him his entire life. But then, there it was, that glance. Quick, almost invisible, but not to the fans who had memorized every detail of them. Jungkook looked at Jimin, and for a split second, the world seemed to pause. Jimin was already looking at him. Of course he was. There was a softness in Jimin's expression, something warm, something unguarded, the kind of look that didn't belong to a performance, the kind that slipped out when you forgot thousands of people were watching. Or maybe he didn't forget. Maybe he just didn't care. As the song ended, the crowd erupted again, screams, chants, the ocean of purple lights swaying like a heartbeat. "ARMY!" Jungkook shouted, breathless, grinning wide. The members gathered closer, laughter spilling naturally as they transitioned into their talk segment. Microphones passed from hand to hand, each member sharing their thoughts, their gratitude, their love for the fans. And then, it was Jimin's turn. He stepped forward slightly, his voice soft at first, almost swallowed by the roar of the crowd. "Today," he began, smiling shyly, "today feels really special." There was something about the way he said it, not rehearsed, not scripted, real. He glanced around at the members, then out at the crowd, but somehow, inevitably, his eyes found Jungkook again. It was subtle, but it was there. Always there. Jimin laughed lightly, brushing his hair back, as if buying himself a second to think. "You know, being on this stage with everyone, it means everything to me." Cheers exploded again, but he shook his head, as if that wasn't quite what he wanted to say. Like there was something else, something more. And then, it happened. The moment no one was prepared for. Jimin turned slightly, not toward the crowd, but toward Jungkook. Their eyes met, and suddenly the noise of the stadium felt distant, like it had been pushed to the background of something far more intimate. Jimin smiled. Not the bright, playful smile fans were used to, but something softer, something deeper. And then into the microphone with a voice so gentle it almost felt like a secret. "Saranghaeyo." For half a second, no one reacted. It was too unexpected, too quiet, too real. And then the stadium exploded. Screams tore through the air, louder than anything that had come before. Fans grabbed each other, some already crying, others frozen in disbelief. Did that just happen? Jungkook blinked, once, twice, as if trying to process what he had just heard. But his reaction, it was everything. His lips parted slightly, eyes widening just a fraction before softening in a way that couldn't be faked. There was no stage persona now, no performance mask, just Jungkook, and whatever that word meant to him. He let out a small laugh, nervous, shy, and then he looked down, because sometimes feelings are too big to hold in your eyes. Jimin, meanwhile, stood there, completely unaware of the chaos he had just caused. Or maybe he was aware but chose not to acknowledge it. because his focus hadn't shifted, not even once. He was still looking at Jungkook. The other members reacted instantly, some laughing, some teasing, the atmosphere quickly filling with playful chaos to mask the intensity of what had just happened. But fans knew. ARMY always knew. That wasn't just fan service. That wasn't just a joke. There was something in the way Jimin said it, and something in the way Jungkook received it. Something unspoken, something real. "Hyung," Jungkook finally said, his voice cracking just slightly as he tried to laugh it off. "Why are you saying that here?" The crowd screamed even louder. Jimin just shrugged, smiling that same soft smile. "Why not?" Two simple words, but they carried weight. Jungkook shook his head, still smiling, but there was a blush creeping up his ears now, barely visible under the stage lights, but impossible to miss if you were looking closely. And fans were always looking closely. The moment passed, or at least it pretended it did. The concert continued, songs blending into each other, performances growing more intense, more powerful. But something had changed. The energy between them, it was different now. During the next song, there was a part where the members spread across the stage. Jungkook moved to one side, Jimin to the other. Distance, physical distance. But even then, Jungkook found Jimin. His gaze drifted across the stage, landing on Jimin like it always did, like it always would. And Jimin, he was already looking back. There are moments in life that don't need explanation, moments that exist outside of logic, outside of labels, moments that simply are. That night in Tampa became one of those moments. A whisper turned into a memory, a single word that echoed far beyond the stage. Saranghaeyo. And maybe to the world, it was just a word, a simple expression of love. But to those who saw it, who felt it, it was something more. Because sometimes the quietest confessions are the loudest of all.